Hey Diamonds, what's going on? I hope everybody is blessed, blessed. Cause if you ain't blessed, that means you too busy being stressed. And we just ain't got time for that. So on this channel, we elevate, we educate, and we motivate. What we do on this channel is we rise about that rough and we keep it moving because that's just what we do, right, Diamonds? Now, if you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you'll be notified every time I do a video. And let's get into this video. Yeah, Diamonds, let's talk about generational transfer first. Generational transfer is the belief or the narrative of negative patterns, negative behaviors, or consequences that are passed down from generations. You know, your great 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 grandmama, your great great grandmama, your great grandmama, your grandmama, your mama, you know, generations that are passed down within the family, you know. I'm not saying that they're all negative because these patterns can actually be either good or bad. Like, if you have a family that has good generational transfers, then it's like they have wealth, or they left behind land for their family, they left behind good assets for their family, you know, to prosper off of. But you also have bad transfer, which I had already said earlier. Most of the times, Diamonds, these generational transfers can be bad. You know, most of the times that's just what it is. It outweighs the good. And a lot of these bad patterns can include addictions, gambling habits, prostitution, drugs, thieving, murder, psychopathic behavior. They also can include trauma, poverty, you know, a lot of that. So a lot of it's more bad than it could be good. You know what I'm saying? Diamonds, a lot of these transfers can affect your whole family. I mean, it can go on and on and on and on and on and on for decades upon decades upon decades. You know what I'm saying? So, for instance, let's just say my granddaddy. Let's just say he was a pimp of all pimps. He was out here beating hoes. You know, he was out here pimping these hoes, and he thought he was just untouchable, right? And let's just say he passed away. All right, so his karma from how he was doing in his life can affect not just his son, but it can affect his grandson. You know, his grandson can inherit his behavior, and that's what people just don't understand. They think that it's just coming out of thin air, like, oh, she just became that or he just became that. No, he had to learn it somehow, and how was because it was in his family legacy. You get what I'm saying? His grandson would be like, out of nowhere, just be like, yeah, I'm a pimp, you know what I'm saying? And then start treating these girls like that, you know, and then you be like, well, where did that come from? His granddaddy used to do it, or his daddy, or his great 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 granddaddy used to do it. It was somewhere in his legacy that did it, you know. And so what his grandson don't know is his great great granddaddy used to do it. And so he's out here. Okay, and so that karma from his granddaddy might come towards him, and consequences is it's gonna be even worse because you not knowing that it was in your blood. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was generational transfers. Now, I'm not saying it's always like that, but most of the time it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll have to be that generational curse breaker. You'll have to be that one that has that mind frame of, I'm not like my family. I'm not like those that was negative and that didn't give a damn in my family. You know, you have to be that God fearing mojo that's out here doing the works. People don't understand. Ooh, that was a B. Because what people don't understand is them generational curses. They will help you to miss opportunities you could have had if you would have just opened up your mind a little bit more than just out here wanting to be pimping hoes. You get what I'm saying? It's just an example, but you get it. If people are not out here trying to address these patterns as soon as possible, sooner than later, it can affect that person's legacy. So if my dad ended up doing the same things that my granddaddy did, because he seen plenty of women around him when he was younger, and so he thought that was cool, so then he started to do the same thing. Then with my dad's son, my brother, he would take on the same traits, the same patterns, negative patterns, because ain't nothing good coming out of that. What's good coming out? Pimping hoes and cheating and doing all that stuff? Nothing. Tell you, it's not easy because you have to be looking from the outside in to know that there is really a generational curse going on within your family. You're not going to just know it by being in your family. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be something different about you that you see that, wait a minute, the other families ain't like this. What's going on with my family? Or why is everybody in my family pimps and whores and stuff like that? So when you're looking from the outside in, then it's time to like stop it immediately. To break these generational curses, you guys, it's a combination of self-awareness, knowing that you're not that, first of all. Second of all, you might need to go see a therapist. You might need to go talk to somebody about what has been going on for generations in your family and how you're trying to change it up for you and your legacy. Your kids is going to be coming up behind you. And another thing is you have to be intentional when trying to change these transfers. You have to be intentional. You have to want to do it. You can't go in halfway and then come out like I'm good. It's too much work. No, you got to be willing to put in that work to stop this, because you got your kids coming up behind you. You got your grandkids coming up for your legacy. You don't want your legacy to be fucked up in this world, in poverty and struggling. You have to understand, if you want change in the world, you have to be that change, right? They don't understand that. They don't want to put in the work. Put in that work. Put in the work. When you put in that first step by trying to stop this curse and actually turning those negative traits into positive traits, watch how your family legacy turns around. People that remember your family as being whores and pimps, they're gonna be like, well, damn, they kids is engineers, and the first person that came up with this product, or the first person that made $1 billion in the family, or the first person that went to college. You know what I'm saying? We want positive stories coming from our families, not some shit like, oh yeah, they used to get money. They used to sell them drugs back in the day. She used to lay on her back in the day. We're trying to stop those. Instead of making negative generational curses, we're going to be making positive generational wealth. You understand what I'm saying? Wealth. Let's get into books. Let's get into how to go buy some land, so that my daughter or my grandchild has land already, and they can go make some shit happen. Because the way shit going nowadays, we lost out here. And in order to do this, sometimes you have to go see a therapist. You have to go see a life coach or some type of coaching, so that they can get to the root of things. Sometimes people just need somebody to talk to. Sometimes you have to be the one to turn around the fate of your legacy. It's gonna be some work, but put in that work. You know, you owe it to your future wife. You owe it to your future husband. You owe it to your future family. Put in that work and heal. Turn this shit around. If I did it, you can do it. That part. But until next time, diamonds, I hope you guys stay blessed, stay out the way, and let's get to it. Let's put in that work.